Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So this is not a review per se because I'm talking about a television series which I am still watching, and it's a very lengthy one. So I've made decent headway. I'm more than halfway through, but I wanted to talk about this television series, which is something that's not new. It's been around for 15 years, and it's been over for a few. But we're talking about CSI, Crime Scene Investigation. This is a series that started in 2000 and ended in 2015 and had one television movie along with it. The reason why I want to talk about this series is because, one, I've been enjoying it since last year. So this is May, today is the 5th of May. What I want to say is this particular show, it's something which I've seen on television. I've seen like a few episodes, and somehow or the other I never really got into watching it. I knew it was really good quality, and it is something that is I would be interested in watching because it's crime scene, cop drama and all that stuff. So um, and I'll talk about a couple of the other elements as well. And For some reason it was on, I think it was on AXN, on cable TV back then when I still did watch cable. And I did watch, like, towards the very beginning of the show, I did watch like a couple of episodes in my recent watching of the series from beginning till each episode I'm watching. I did recognize some of the stories. So let me tell you where I am right now. I started this last year, and late last year, and I've actually completed up to season 8. I've completed 8 seasons, and you know its significance because the last episode of season 8 is when one of the main characters, Gary Dorian, I think that's how you pronounce his name, Gary Dorian, yeah, he is killed off, and I don't know exactly why. Is it like just a plot they wanted to put in, or maybe because the actor was leaving the show? Probably a combination of both, but yeah. So it's something which is a lot of people would consider to be emotional, because not just for the cast members but also for people who invested in watching this weekend, on a regular basis. For me, it's more like a binge watch. um, so yeah, it isn't probably as emotional because I kind of knew this was coming up as well, so that's another one. But he is also probably okay, how do I put this? He is probably my second least favorite of the cast members. It's odd to say that because I actually like all the cast members of the show, and that's a rarity. In most shows, I do have one or two people who don't really like. It's like that I don't like this character, or my least favorite character of the show as well. Um, is not anybody who I dislike. In fact, I like all of these actors and all of the cast members, and all of the characters rather in the show a lot. My least favorite is actually played by Paul Gilfoy, and the fact is I actually like Paul Gilfoy quite a lot. If that is how you pronounce his name, Paul Gilfoyle. Okay, that's how you pronounce it. Who plays Jim Brass, and so that's the odd part, because I'm just saying in order of my favorite characters. Jim Brass is probably my least favorite, and Gary's character is what Warwick Brown. He's probably my second least favorite character, or maybe you can even shuffle them each other. Still, it's a cast of actors who I really like. I like all the actors in the show, which of course comes down to me telling you that, of course, one of the main reasons and one of the oddest things about this particular show, like I said, at one particular time I would watch maybe like 1 or 2 episodes and then not watch the show for a while. I don't know, for some reason, perhaps because I'd missed a lot of the first seasons, I didn't actually catch up towards later. I don't know, it has taken me such a long time to actually get into this, to finally sit and watch episode from beginning till the end. But two main reasons why I love the show was, of course, the two main lead actresses who were playing the characters, and that they are, of course, the awesome, wonderfully lovely and sexy Marge Helgenberger, who played Catherine Willows and who's now returning to the show. I'll talk about that as well. And Georgia Fox. I love these two ladies who play Sarah Seidel. They were one of the big reasons why I actually wanted to watch the show, and kind of like at that time I was watching the show initially on cable because of the two of them. So 2002, I think they did start the show maybe in 2001 or something on AXN. I can't be 100% sure. 2001 probably, maybe like towards the end of season 1 is when we started getting the show here in India. I can't be sure about that, so don't quote me, but I remember it is 2000 or 2001 when they finally started showing this particular series. And yeah, so those two were really main reasons why I wanted to watch the show. Having watched 8 seasons now in, like, I know they're amazing, and I know that Sarah Seidel has left the show at this particular point, but she does come back, so I'm pretty happy that I'll get to see her again. Yeah, so that's the main two things that I really like about the show. Of course, there are a couple of the recurring actresses as well, played by one of my former crushes, or I can still say she's still a big crush. Liz Vassy, who played Wendy Sims, who was a DNA technician. She was a recurring actress, a recurring guest star from season 6 to 9, and she was a regular for season 10, and then in season 11 she was once again a guest star. I had only seen Liz Vassy in a couple of things before this, but for some, and like, in fact, I had seen her in an episode of Dharma and Greg, and I really loved her. I actually had I used to run a small little fan page, or I created a fan page for her way back in the time of GeoCities, so that's how long ago it was. Anyway, yeah, so I love this. So the reason why I actually started watching this is because I was looking for if there's any particular show that I want to watch that is over and I can kind of like binge watch it, sort of binge watch, I would say. And so they had shown the recent, which is the relaunch of this particular show, which was and considered to be a sequel with different cast members, with 2 of them returning back, and that is CSI Vegas. So CSI Vegas started in October 2021, and I had watched that first season of 10 episodes. I really liked it, really entertaining, really amazing, and I also got to see an older William. There's a fly that's really irritating me. An older William Peterson returning in his iconic, I cannot stress this enough, in his iconic role as Gil Grissom. And you also had playing his wife, Sarah Seidel. I hate the fact that they got married, but yeah, I really love this character. I really love the actress as well. Georgia Fox returning as Sarah Seidel. So they were there for the first 10 episodes, or the first season per se, but they are not going to be coming back for season 2. Marge Helgenberger is, however, going to return for season 2, and she's going to play, I think, she's going to be a main character. So that's interesting. That's pretty awesome to hear. So watching those 10 episodes made me feel like I really wanted to watch CSI from beginning till end, because I've only seen like a handful of episodes. Like, I think before my watching of this show right now, I had probably seen maybe no more than probably 12 to 15 episodes in total. So that's how little I actually watched of a show that ran for like 15 years. I'm not sure, let me have a check how many episodes they actually had. They had 337, so yeah, maybe around 15 or something is what I actually had seen. Oh yeah, I want to mention one more actress. Speaking of hotness, Louise Lombard, who played Sophia Curtis, who was she was a recurring character for season 5 and 6, and a guest star in seasons 8 and 11, but she was a regular for season 7. And that's the odd thing. They had a lot of these people do change, either recurring or guest starring other than the main cast. So, and we do have a lot more people to come in. So I've completed, like I mentioned, season 8. So I had never seen Louise Lombard in more than just a couple of episodes of Stargate Universe. But other than that, I had no clue about her, and she's another actress who I really love after watching her in all these episodes. and really amazing actress as well. Not to say that the actors aren't bad. George Eads, and of course William Peterson, like I already mentioned, is a amazing iconic character being portrayed over here. You also have what's his name? Eric Zamanda, I don't even know how you pronounce it, who played Greg Sanders, who's kind of like the young guy who comes in and then establishes himself as part of the gang. And of course Wallace Longham, who to me is like the big comedic relief. Who plays David Hodges, and he has a big role to play into why he's a recurring actor in CSI Vegas, a recurring character in CSI Vegas, but why Gil Grissom and Sarah Seidel doesn't come back to basically help out their friend. So that's what I wanted to talk about CSI, how much I'm enjoying this show, and it's a pretty easy show, even though some of the subject matter isn't that it's not that easy to watch a lot of that stuff, but it's a pretty easy show for me to actually binge watch, and I find it really odd that seasons 1 and 2 went by just like this. Took a break in between, and then I watched season 3 and 4 back to back, and then I paused again. Seasons 5, 6, 7, and 8 went by like a breeze, to be honest. I didn't even know I'd reached that far. So then I decided to put a pause over there because there are some other shows I also do want to watch. So stuff that I'm rewatching, stuff that I'm watching for the first time. So yeah, that's probably, I'm going to probably put a pause on it for a little while and then get back to it. I am watching another similar show as well, which I'll talk about a little later. I've only finished season 1. I'm like midway through, almost through with season 2. So I'll probably talk about that show in another video coming up soon. So that's what I wanted to talk about, a show I'm really enjoying, even though it's been off the air for a while. CSI, crime scene investigation. But then we do have crime scene CSI Vegas, so I really like that. I have watched CSI Miami, but we'll talk about that at some other time. I do want to maybe rewatch that show at least once. It's been a while since I've seen that. So anyway, that's it for me for now, and I'll see you again sometime soon. So good night. It's time for me to go to bed.